Hi there. This video is an exam paper walkthrough of the Edexcel GCSE Mathematics Foundation Tier Paper 1 from summer 2023. This paper is worth 80 marks in total, and this is the second video of 4. It will focus on questions 11 to 15, which account for 19 of these marks. Edexcel Paper 1s are non-calculator, so a calculator cannot be used. A little disclaimer: there may be more than one way to answer a question. The methods shown in this video are not the only way some mathematical skills can be applied. Okay, let's get started. Question 11. A total of 700 tickets were on sale for a football match. 452 of the tickets were sold. How many tickets were not sold? So 700 in total and 452 were sold. So I'm going to need to borrow. So 10 subtract 2, 9 subtract 5, 6 subtract 4. So 248 tickets were not sold. For a different football match, 297 tickets were sold for £9.50 each. 399 tickets were sold for £19.50 each. Work out an estimate, this is an important word here, for the total amount of money paid for these tickets. You must show all your working. So if it's an estimate, we're going to round these numbers to one significant figure. So 297 is going to become 300 tickets. 399 is going to become 400 tickets. £9.50 will become £10 and £19.50 will become £20. It's important you show what you've rounded those numbers to. And now we're going to calculate the total money. So we're going to do 300 times by £10, which is £3,000. We're now going to do 400 times by the £20, which is £8,000, and then we're going to add those together. So £11,000 in total for all those tickets. Part C. Is your answer to part B an underestimate or an overestimate? Give a reason for your answer. So for this, we need to look at how we rounded them. So 297 was rounded up to 300. 399 was rounded up to 400. £9.50 went up to £10 and £19.50 went up to £20. Everything's been rounded up, so it's an overestimate. So everything was rounded up, so it's an overestimate. If you'd have rounded down, it would have been an underestimate. Question 12. Here are 6 numbers: 13, 5, 4, 9, 3 and 8. Work out the mean. So the mean is the average, and we need to add them all together and then divide by how many we have. So 13 plus 5 is 18. Then add the 4 is 22. Then add the 9, 31. Then add the 3, 34. Then add the 8, 42. So we've got 6 numbers, so we're doing 42 divided by 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the mean of those numbers is 7. Question 13a. Simplify 15a divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And there's only an a on the numerator on the top, so the a is going to remain there. So the answer is 5a. Part B. Simplify 19, add 5b, add 4c, subtract 7b, add c. So we're collecting like terms. So we have 5b, subtract 7b. It's important that we use the sign in front. So we're starting at positive 5b, we're subtracting 7b, so that's going to get us negative 2b. Then we've got positive 4c, add 1c, so that's going to give us positive 5c, And then that 19 at the start is still there. There are no other numbers to combine it with. I wrote it here just in case I needed to make any changes, but this is what I'm going to pop on my answer line now. 19, subtract 2b, add 5c. Part C, factorise 8d, subtract 6. So we want the highest common factor of 8 and 6. So factors of 6 then, 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Factors of 8, 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Their highest common factor is 2. So I'm going to divide both of these terms by 2. The 2 is going to go on the outside of the brackets. 8d divided by 2 is 4d. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Double check again that we haven't got a highest common factor for these terms inside the bracket. So we have 4d and negative 3. Well, the highest common factor of 4 and negative 3 is 1. So this is going to be in its simplest form. So that's what I'm going to write on my answer line. Question 14. Last week, 73% of the tickets sold at a cinema were adult tickets. Part A. What percentage of the tickets sold were not adult tickets? So 73% were sold. It's 100% in total. So 100% take away 73% tells us that 27% of those tickets were not adults. Some people watched a film at the cinema and it was number of adults to number of children in the ratio 2 to 5. What fraction of these people were adults? So the denominator of our fraction is the total number of parts in the ratio. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. Our numerator is the part of the ratio that's worth adults. We've got adults to children, so the numerator is 2. I wrote it here just in case I needed to simplify. I can't simplify that any further, so I'm going to transfer it to my answer line. On Friday, 500 people watched a film at the cinema. 70% of these people were children. On Saturday, 720 people watched a film at the cinema. 5/8 of these people were children. Kasim thinks more children watched the film on Friday than on Saturday. Is Kasim correct? Show how you get your answer. So let's start with Friday. So there were 500 people in total, 70% of them were children. So let's find 70% of 500. So we can find 10% by dividing by 10. So 10% of 500 is 50. So to find 70%, we're going to multiply that by 7. So on Friday, there were 350 children. So let's figure out how many children were there on Saturday so we can compare them. So 720 people in total, 5/8 were children. So we're going to do 720 divided by 8 to start off with. 8's into 72, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No remainder. We need to carry that 0 up. So 720 divided by 8 is 90. So that's 1/8. We want 5/8. So we're going to have to do 90 multiplied by 5, which is 450 children. Let's look back at the question then. So Kasim thinks more children watched the film on Friday than on Saturday. 350 children on Friday, 450 children on Saturday. 350 is less than 450, so no. He's not correct. Question 15. Work out 6/7 multiplied by 5/12. Give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. When we're multiplying fractions, we can multiply the numerators together and the denominators together and then simplify. So 6 times 5 is 30, 7 times 12 is 84. Now we're going to simplify. So I'm going to divide by 2 to start off with. That's 15 over 42. And I know 15 and 42 are in the 3 times tables. So I'm going to divide by 3. So that's 5 over 14. 5 and 14 have a common factor of 1. So there's no point in me dividing them by 1. 5 over 14 is my answer in its simplest form.